Hi guys, Lothik here, and I'm here today in my channel with a review of the search for Planet X. And this is a surprise of a game for me, to be honest, I have to tell you honestly, because I wasn't really expecting that much fun out of this box. And when I opened it up for the first time and saw how much, or how little, to be honest, content there is inside, I was pretty dubious about whether this was a good purchase, but it turned out a very good one, and I will tell you why in just a moment. Now, I usually don't buy games that have apps accompanying it because I had a few bad run-ins with application governed, let's say, games, and I quit on this idea, to be honest. I don't believe in it. I like the experience on the table to be an experience on the table, not a semi-virtual experience. And this game kind of turned it around for me, at least for this one title. At least here I don't feel that the app is in any way detrimental to the gameplay. I wouldn't imagine this game without the app. So let's start with talking about the pluses of this game. Later, maybe some negatives, if there are any, to be honest. I can't think of any from the word go. If you like this review, if you like the videos on my channel, check them out obviously, click the like button, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell, help the channel grow, leave your opinion in the comments under this video if you've played Planet X or if you would like to ask any questions. And for now, from the positive things, so as you can see on the table, there aren't too many components when you are diving into the box. We've got those player screens that you get for each and every player to cover themselves up because all the information in the game are private. The great thing about those player screens is that on the inside you have a list of all the rules, the logic rules that govern this game, and this is so helpful because asking any kind of questions during the game can basically kind of like, you know, betray your hand, so you shouldn't do that. And if you are playing the basic mode or an expert mode, you have the cards that you insert here for the expert mode changes, so everything is on hand for each player so that the secrecy can be maintained. And maybe I should mention this in the beginning, that this game is for 1 to 4 players, so you can even play it solo against the app itself from the mobile. And this is a game of, well, looking for and searching, trying to find the location for the elusive Planet X. And you do that based on some logical rules that the application gives you in the beginning and during the game in reference to celestial bodies that you have on the board. So like asteroids and gas clouds and dwarf planets and comets and stuff. So you might get some information that tell you that an asteroid, at least one asteroid, is opposite a comet, or that there are no dwarf planets neighboring Planet X or something. And based on those scraps of intel that you note down on this gamepad, and every player gets one sheet from here, you have to deduce where the planet is, and the first player to do that and do it most efficient way is going to be the winner. They're going to score the most points. On the road, you are also publishing some scientific discoveries using those tokens here, and those later, when they are verified, they will tell each and every player in the game where some objects on the board are. So you will be getting closer and closer to uncovering the location of Planet X. So the game kind of speeds up as more information are being uncovered for everybody, and the risk of somebody finding the planet is more substantial. So the setup and the teardown of the game, let's go back to the pluses right now because I kind of strayed away from the main topic here. The setup and the teardown of the game is very, very quick. The application is not intrusive in a way that it only provides you information and verification. It doesn't govern the game and your decisions in any way, which is great, and it's pretty well designed and navigated through. The game itself is a brilliant logic puzzle, which I think that the biggest plus of it is that though you have 2 modes, so the basic one and the expert one on the other side of the board, where the expert one has more areas to cover and more objects to locate in order to find Planet X, also in the application itself you can find 5 levels of difficulty, if I remember correctly, starting from a total beginner to an extremely advanced player, and this will determine how many clues will you get for the beginning of the game. And this is a brilliant idea, because if you are sitting at a table with people who are very advanced in those kind of logic games and deduction games, those people can decide to increase their level of difficulty for the play, but not every player has to play at the same level of difficulty. So if you have like young players or total beginners, for example, and they want to play as well, they can set the level of difficulty in the app to beginner level and get some more clues, and the people who are more experienced can choose a higher difficulty level, get less clues, but still be able to win or to compete with the the beginner players. So this is brilliant because it's a logic game with a medium to medium entry point, let's say, because there are some rules that you have to figure out, but there aren't too many. The rule book isn't that thick, but the deduction and the logical thinking element in this game can be really tricky the higher the difficulty level goes. So you might think that it's not for everybody, but with the scalable difficulty within the app, it's very welcoming for new players. And I would definitely recommend it if you want to try a logic game, a deduction game for the first time, and like the astronomy theme or the space theme is your cup of tea, like for example it is with me, then this is definitely a must try in this case. Now, apart from this, which is for me the humongous plus of the game, this scalable difficulty and everything, the other thing is that the game itself is very rewarding once you start uncovering more clues and starting to, piece the clues together into a whole. And we had so much fun with going, like, uncovering those little bits and seeing what other people are doing and what they are publishing when it comes to the discoveries, and trying to, okay, so if this is here and this is, and I know this and I know that, yes, then this, you get this, like, very authentic sense of discovery when you are playing this game, and it's very satisfying. So it has a lot of feel to it, and the mystery, you really feel like an astronomer trying to locate something in space. So the theme is very strong in this game, even though there aren't no themed cards or events or anything like that, but you feel that you are immersed in the search for the planet, and you're kind of using your deductive skills to do that. So this is brilliant. Now, when it comes to the negative things that I would say about this game, is that the quality of the components, some of those components, isn't the best idea when it comes to the solutions, I think. Now, those cards for the expert mode that you can see here, which are inserted into those player boards, right? And you have those little cutouts in the corner where you have to fit the card in. I think that those are not going to be the most durable of solutions when you play a lot of this game. And the other thing is that it's a bit confusing, to be honest, at first, because the notepad has like 4 different categories of cards for 4 players. So you have this spring equinox, and then the summer and autumn and winter. So each player is one side of the board, and you should give a different sheet for each player matching their side, because the circle of the sky is oriented in a different direction, so it's always facing the player. Now, I know that this is comfortable, but because of that, this thick notepad, to be honest, has to be divided by 4 if you're playing 4-player games. So it's not that much, to be honest, when it comes to the amount of sheets in the box. I would rather, and if you're playing 2-player games, or for example 3-player games, then you are kind of missing out on 1 sheet every single time, and you have to watch out for which ones you're left over with, and so forth and so on. So it's a bit of a design flaw, I would think. I'm not really happy with this solution, but it's a really minor bug in this case. Are there any more negative things that I can say about this game, to be honest? Maybe the one thing also that some players mentioned while playing the game with me in my group was that the design of those sheets, when you think about it, to be honest, especially in expert games where you have a lot of guessing to do, is that it doesn't really allow you for writing down your deductions too much, because there is very little room for doing some, analytical note-taking here. unless you're doing it with pencil and wiping everything off once the your predictions don't pan out or something like that. But this game would benefit from a separate table or a separate region for taking some notes, or at least if you require something like that, and we know we do right now, you just have to take some separate sheet of paper for taking notes additionally, because those notepads are not sufficient, especially for complicated expert games. Okay, so to sum up, I would highly recommend The Search for Planet X for people who are looking for a logic game of deduction, and a space theme game at that. And don't be scared of the application that's accompanying the game. It's brilliant, and I can't imagine playing the game without it. Right now, this mechanic wouldn't be probably possible to be so elegantly transferred into a board game only mechanic, let's say. It has a pretty low entry point. It's very scalable for a lot of players. The solo mode in the game is also very satisfying and is a great puzzle in itself if you like playing solo. I can't recommend it highly enough. So without any further comments and any further ado, The Search for Planet X, really great game. My name was Lone Vic. This is, again, The Search for Planet X, where you're trying to locate the ghost and elusive planet as an astronomer. If you like this video, click the like button, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell, and leave a trace in the comments about your opinions about the game if you've played it, or if you are intending to maybe purchase it, or if you have any questions or something like that. Check out any other videos on my channel, and well, see you soon in another portion of my videos. For now, stay safe, keep playing games, have a great day, and bye-bye.